Happy 25th anniversary to Spyro! This month we have been celebrating the creation of Spyro, and a lot of the community have been making amazing projects and art. I'm gonna change it up a little bit for today and start it off with the news first. We have a video from the Spyro the Dragon YouTube channel, which has not posted anything for 4 years, so it's quite big. The video has some of the makers of Spyro, old and new, content creators, and Jeff Keighley. They must have forgotten to ask me if I wanted to be in it. I think I deserve it. Moving on. There's been rumors of Spyro 4 in the making. This rumor is on Reddit, and if I'm honest, I don't understand Reddit. Because of this post, it is spread across a lot of gaming news publications. The person mentions that the announcement trailer will be released on the 5th of October, and we got nothing on that day, so it was a rumor that was false. In all honesty, I do think that there will be a new Spyro game in the future. My main reason is money, and Crash 4 made a lot of money, so why not do that with Spyro? I just hope that some love goes into it. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think Spyro 4 should be coming soon or not at all? Now, another reason why I think we may be getting a new Spyro game is that Ripto will be added to the Season 2 of Crash Team Rumble. You should be able to play him on the 21st of November, and it's a bit weird that they started off with the villain of the game and not the main character. The only way I can see Spyro not being in this game is if the developers decide to give up, which is looking likely because the player base is very low for this game. Now let's talk about old new games. So, Modern Vintage Gamer uncovered a prototype on an OG Xbox development kit hard drive. He found a game called Crash vs. Spyro Racing. With Crash's pedigree of racing games, this could have been a banger of a game. Obviously, the trailer is a prototype, and it didn't hit development because Argonauts, the people who make Star Fox, Croc, Harry Potter, went out of business in 2004. If you guys would like to check out the Crash vs. Spyro Racing LT demo, you can find the link down below. Here is another community-made mod to celebrate the 25th anniversary. Do you like Sonic? Well, you can play as Sonic, or the others, in Treetops. Thank you to Jesus PK who has created this mod. And if you don't like Treetops because it's quite hard, then you can go to Town Square or Nook Cove. The mods are in the description as well. Another mod. We have another cross collaboration, but this time it's Spyro A Hero's Tale and The Legend of Spyro. Trust me, I didn't think we need it, but we do. Lydia, Colgem, and Ghosty create the texture packs, which changes the game completely, making it feel like a Legend game. Precedence and Ebe worked on the music, making sure the right song was played in the right place for the vibes. Again, links are below if you want to give this a try. Damn, we've had a lot of things happening in Spyro this month. Now, let's go back to the speedrunning community. So sadly, Spyrothon is probably not going to happen for a while. Spyrothon was a weekend of Spyro speedrunning that happened once a year. However, this month we had the Ultimate Speedrun Championship to make up for it. I was lucky enough to interview Shemp and Dylan, the people who made this event. So, this is the first USC that has happened, so could you tell us a little bit more about it for us?
This is the biggest event I've ever put together, and I genuinely am really, really happy with the way it turned out. It was just hell getting it together initially.
The overall thing about like it being the biggest event we've ever put on / you've ever put on, it's just a sentiment that like it can't really be expressed in words, but you kind of just had to be there.
Now, why did you actually make it Spyro themed for the event?
Every year we would be themed after a game or a series or a genre or something like that. And this year it just made sense to do Spyro themed because all the Spyro people are going to be there. And I'm so glad that we decided Spyro theme would be this year because I don't think it would have gone as well as it did if we didn't have all of the Spyro people there with us. Behind the scenes, like pre-production, during production, post-production, everything went together with them involved, and I genuinely can't imagine them not being involved.
Another big thing about it being Spyro themed for me personally is, Tia, you might know this, but I was involved in the production of Spyrothon for a few events. And with that kind of being, unfortunately, kind of not in a place where it's going to be continuing right now, I really thought of day 3 kind of as almost like a spiritual successor in a way to Spyrothon, at least as like kind of a send-off to it. There's absolutely gonna be more Spyro, but like the day 3 part of it, for me at least, I thought about it in a somewhat of an emotional way, because it was one of those things where I'm thinking about like, when is the next time there's gonna be a solely Spyro themed speedrunning event, or something like a day dedicated to Spyro even.
So this was for a charity event for able gamers. Why this charity?
So I've worked with them before, because I want to say 5 years ago, we held a Spyro like anniversary stream on my channel like years ago, where we showcased a bunch of fan projects and artists, and we had like interviews from other companies. Like we had the lead art designer from A Hat in Time on there just talking about Spyro.
Ooh.
And for that one, we did Able Gamers. And since we're doing USC, and USC is on a much larger scale, I wanted to be able to give back to Able Gamers in like a bigger fashion. And we raised way more than we did during the anniversary stream. I think for that one we did about like $600, and for USC we went over our goal, which was like $21.50 before even counting in the merch sales.
Which I think after we count those in, we're closer to like 2.5K. I also think it's just a super important charity just overall for like the scope of gaming. And, you know, gaming is something that should be accessible to anyone and everyone. It is something that's massively important for that exact reason of we want people to be able to participate in not only the hobby of speedrunning, but the hobby of gaming as much as possible.
We've had some other community members representing Spyro at other events. Clock District and Hammerhead Labs competed in a race at Speed Docks. It was a Spyro 3 117, but to make it spicy, it was OG versus SRT. Surprisingly, the race was pretty close, however, Hammerhead managed to just get that little bit faster. Another huge race that happened this month was between the two Spyro 120 titans. Saboom and Deoman met in person and decided to do a couple of races with each other. The races were neck and neck, but Deoman managed to win both of them. They also finished by making some sweet music with each other. Toasted Cat and Duraga Muffin did a run at GDQ Hotfix to celebrate the 25th anniversary. Duraga Muffin did the OG Spyro 120 and Toasted Cat did the SRT 120, again both getting very similar times. Let's talk about world records of this month. Sub 20 has been beaten in Spyro 1 Vortex. I told you Composer would get it, and after the new tricks that were found last month, he ended up with a 1958. Right, Splash Vector. This means Spyro and Crash. People do runs of all three Crash and Spyro games in one sitting. It's actually quite popular. Burgerlands 2 has managed to beat the any% world record and improved on the previous world record by 9 minutes, which is massive. It means that you have to be pretty good and consistent with all 6 games, which is very hard to do. SB Cat ended up with The Legend of Spyro, A New Beginning, GBA, any% ETP, WR. That's a lot of words, but ETR stands for Early Tall Planes. So there's a mini game in the game, and if you go into this mini game and die in it, then you are transported into the game, and you skip quite a lot of the first beginning. So it's basically any%, but you skip the first half. And the next person is, I'm sorry, but it's too hard to keep up with Rubber Ducky Assassin. I know they've gotten world records, but I don't know how many. Let's just say a lot. If you want to see a professional playing the GBA games, just go give him a follow. He's always getting a world record, like guaranteed a stream. So if you want to see world records non-stop, go give him a follow. Tommy Varvar has also gotten the Spyro Reignited Trilogy 2 64 orb no level storage world record. GG to everyone who has gotten their world records. Now, like I said in the past Spyro news, I will shout out anyone who completes the Eternal Night GBA on hard mode. So, massive congratulations to Forlo for not only beating it, but getting the world record in any% easy, normal, hard, and dark. A clean sweep. So GG, and I'm waiting for anyone else out there who's going to complete on hard. Right, let's talk about glitch hunters of the community. The people who break the games to make the runners go even faster. The community of A Hero's Tale has just been cooking non-stop, and if I'm honest, it's hard to keep up with them. This past month, they have been finding so many things to break the game, and right now there's not like a run for it just yet because of how many things keep breaking and people keep finding things. So I'm just gonna say there's a lot of time save for 100%. They have found some ways to smuggle in Sergeant Bird into other levels. There's cutscene skipping. In A Hero's Tale you can't skip the cutscenes, but they are finding ways to break it down. I'd like to thank Murray Zero, G-Pro, Jamie Stewart, Maple, Ebe, Edu, literally everyone. I'm sorry if I've forgotten your name, but there's so many people who are literally finding loads of things right now. The Eternal Night console has a new skip. Thank you to Snuggles with 3 Gs. They worked on their previous Outer Bound skip and found another way to go even further in breaking the game. This skip saves 10 to 13 minutes, so I am looking forward to getting back into 10 and doing all these amazing skips and getting a world record. But yeah, thank you to these people who have been cooking. People to look out for. J.O. Bean has been a madman on Spyro 1, NE% and G%. They have managed to get a really good time in Spyro 1 in a short amount of time. Skunk Fairy is a Dawn of the Dragon runner and has been getting some spicy PBs in 100%. There are not many people who run this game, so if you want to watch someone, go give her a follow. Claxy73 has been speedrunning Spyro nearly every day. Whenever I turn Twitch on, I always see they are live. They have been concentrating on the 100% categories on all 3 of the trilogy games. So if you want to watch some long streams, go there. Thanks for watching Spyro News. Sorry this one came out a bit late. I've been busy with Baldur's Gate 3. Yeah.
That's what you want, isn't it? To be mine.
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
Gods, I want to ride you till you see stars.
Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you next month.